programs for any artistic individuals that want to develop their skills?
Right now, the one that really stands out the most would be Palabra. That would be the showcase where if you have works or you like to come in as an artist and say, I'd like to participate, that's one of the greatest ways to get your personal works in. As far as participating within the company, it's one of those things. A lot of folks show up and find the doors shut and want to know, how do we get in? How does one make it into the teatro or start making their way in? And just like anything, it has gradual steps in. We don't have an organized effort to just be bringing in volunteers. Where we do draw in volunteers is when we have our family day, which is more of a fundraiser. We do a carnival setting out in the parking lot, which comes inside as well. We do raffles, but we could use the hands on deck for front of house support. And that tends to go throughout the year as we have productions here. For Esperanza del Valle performing, we still need to support front of house and give that front of house experience here. So those are the quickest avenues in. That's the way I know I made my way in, was just showing up. And just, I was here for a mailer, and, this is way before the internet, so it was literally a sticker on a postcard, and these would go out to a grand mailer that El Teatro Campesino's compiled over the years. But that's the gradual way in. Eventually, I know some of our artists came in the same way. They were picking up trash and sweeping and mopping through here, and eventually they got thrown on stage. I've been thrown on stage. But it is the way you become the fly on the wall that ends up swooping into the performances, into the piece, and then you become part of the family. It's just an organic process. And El Teatro Campesino still works with professional artists. We bring folks from outside in. And this has always been a lab. It's always been a platform to work new works, develop, and then take outside of here. Whether it be San Jose Stage, whether it's San Diego Rep, Marte Forum, Magic Theater, all the way into Broadway, right, out into New York. But it all started here prior to actually hitting the big stages. So this has always been our lab. San Juan was specific to El Teatro Campesino to cultivate this work and to cultivate the energy that we encapsulate, basically.
Is there any way we can, like people can contact you, like phone number, email, stuff like that?
I think the best way right now to keep in touch with El Teatro Campesino, it's using Instagram, Facebook, or our webpage. All lowercase, elteatrocampesino.com, and or calling the office, 831-623-2444. Luisa, who's been a longtime member and business manager for El Teatro Campesino, and Luis Valdez, is here daily to kind of run the business. She's kind of spread thin sometimes. We have a limited capacity on how much we can kind of fill in. With all the projects we get going, we do have after-school programming, artist in school programming that goes out into Watsonville and any neighboring communities. We work with the children and just kind of give them that first experience to theater. We show them puppet shows that were originally developed here, but it also activates the mind and creativity. But reaching out there, if not, I would say the easiest way right now until we actually cultivate something that could really give everybody an access directly to El Teatro Campesino would probably be emailing someone specifically, and that could be me as well. So David at elteatrocampesino.com. You can reach me by email. Feel free to, with any questions, concerns, or any way of trying to get in contact with us to maybe cultivate an avenue in, bring in a group, or collaborate. It takes those initiations, it takes that conversation. But I would say don't let a closed door slow you down. Don't let a non-responsive phone call slow you down. I know a lot of folks who get that from El Teatro Campesino, but it's, a lot of folks who've made it through these doors have been persistent on making their way through the door. So there are avenues. I'm hearing this call from you folks to build this connection with El Teatro Campesino, and not only build the bridge to artists wanting to come in, but let's also build the bridge of people knowing the history that lies in San Juan Bautista. El Teatro Campesino did bring in, American theater into San Juan Bautista in the early 70s. It brought a lot of culture into San Juan Bautista, which was once Mexico. And this foreground just gave a perfect platform for Teatro Campesino to lay those grounds and just lay that work down as well.
Are there any current events or productions going on, or possibly any future things that people from other communities could participate in?
I would say, well, like I said, Palabra is a good one to kind of bring in and showcase what the local talent has, what we've been working with, and how we still cultivate that with the community. But I would say Dia de los Muertos is a big one. We tend to perform that on the Day of the Dead, so whatever day of the week that lands, it could be a Wednesday, and it could be rain or shine. We're out there, we get our truck, we lead a procession through downtown. It's music, it's lights, it's colors, it's the honoring of our past, it's remembering our heritage, but it's also remembering the people we've lost in a celebratory way. But that's been a very engaging event that we offer to the community. I think it's welcoming to a lot of folks. We get pretty close to about 300, if not more, folks walking through town with us, like I said, on any given week. So that's probably the next biggest one. And as we see, Dia de los Muertos is cultivating to be a big event in the Americas, or in the United States, I should say. But that was something that was brought in by Luis Valdez in the early 1970s, when Dia de los Muertos was not as popularized and not really presented in the United States as that. So he brought that here into San Juan and helped lead that into East Los Angeles and other communities. And now you're starting to see this cultivate throughout the United States. But that, again, is what El Teatro Campesino brings, is to bring our culture, to bring those colors, those events to the United States, but to our folks here who still celebrate that.
Well, all right then. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy we got to work with you today.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
Yes. And if you guys don't mind, Teatro Campesino, we give hugs. It's the one way our hearts connect. That's the closest we ever get to connecting our hearts. So if you guys don't mind, I'll do a hug. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your work, and I look forward to the future.